What's up guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Kyle and today I'm going to be showing off my Vegito list that I've been working on since set 10, and with the way the meta is shaping up today, I felt like it was a good time to share it and a good time to play it. So without further ado, let's hop into it. First things first, we've got the Vegito leader. Auto when this card attacks, draw a card, and then auto if it's your opponent's turn when one of your blue unison cards will be placed in the drop area, but one of your blue battle cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd. You may play this card. If you do, draw 2 cards. That gives you a really nice turn 1, turn 2 awaken because of the cards that we played in this deck. We also have the traditional awaken, which is when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 1 card, then switch it to one of your energy to active mode, and flip this card over. That gives you a nice option. So if you're playing aggro, you can wait. If you're not playing aggro, you can go ahead and flip right over. When this card, and then on the back side, when this card attacks, draw 1 card. It just gives you extra card draw. Obviously, it's still great. Activate battle, pay 2, choose one of your blue unison cards, and it gets plus 10k power and triple strike. This is what drew me to this leader. It gives you an alternate win con in your unison because unisons can't be interacted with that much now lately. And then auto, once return, if it's your opponent's turn, one of your blue battle cards will be placed in the drop area by one of your opponent's skills room, or one of your blue battle cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd. Switch to one of your mono blue energy to active mode and draw 1 card. That effect is phenomenal, and that's why this deck relies heavily on unisons and blockers. So for our unison lineup, we have 2 Janemba Wicked Agent of Destruction. Activate main ±0. You and your opponent draw a card, and then your opponent places the top card of their deck in their drop area. That honestly I never use that. I mainly use it for the activate main +1. This card gains critical for the turn. Pair that with the leader skill, you can swing for triple strike critical to take your opponent down to 1, take your opponent down to 2. And you're denied that resource. But the unison we migrate towards the most is going to be Zeno Cosmic Unison. We run 4. Activate main if your leader card is mono blue. Place the top card of your deck in your energy. And you can't place cards in your energy for the turn. Then at the start of the turn, place the card you placed in your energy with this skill in its owner's drop area. This is really good because it inherently gains a lot of markers really fast, and your opponent may or may not want to deal with it. If they do deal with it, they have to spend a lot of resources, and if they don't, it's just going to sit there and incur markers. Activate main -5. This gets you out of a lot of jams sometimes. Choose all cards in the battle area ignoring barrier, then shuffle them into their owner's decks. That's really good because you don't have a lot of board removal in this deck. So with that being the case, this comes in clutch more often than not, and sometimes I'll even find myself casting another one for 5 just to clear the board. Now we have the heart and soul of the deck, Android 6, the blockers. So these trigger your leader skill. Blocker only. So Android 16 Mechanical Prowess, blocker. When a card in your energy is placed in your drop area by one of your skills, you may play this card from your hand. This card pairs really well with Zeno. So when Zeno energy, the energy you got from Zeno goes away, you can play Android 16 from your hand. And then we've got Dr. Roto, which uses your leader's ability phenomenally. So on the front side, this is what you want to play, because blocker, when this card is KO'd, choose one of your blue energy to active and switch it to active mode. On the front side, that gives you an untap 2, draw 2, or an untap 1, draw 2, which is really, really good. And then we play Oob, Power of Hope, which is blocker, and if you have a unison card in play, when you play this card, draw a card. It just gives you extra card draw. So now we come to the blue board. We've got 4 SS Trunks, God Stealing Technique. This is just your counterplay. You keep a unison on board most of the game, so this card's usually always live. It just bounces something back to hand, deals with pesky things. The only thing it doesn't really hit is Cell Zeno that you really want it to hit, and these pesky deflect cards, but if they don't have deflect, then it is phenomenal. It hits Obuni tokens, it hits most things. And then we've got 3 Janemba Raging Incarnation of Evil. This card I feel is really, really good in this deck because it's deflect, critical, and when it's played, at the end of the turn, I switch all 3 energy to active mode and draw a card. So if I have Zeno out, I play this on turn 3. Zeno energy goes away, all 3 of those energy go back to active mode, and I draw a card. And then Marichum. This is my replacement for Obuni, just because green is heavy, and so it keeps me in the game for green. Double Strike Barrier. Activate main once per turn. Your opponent reveals the top card of their deck. If it's a battle card, this card gains plus 5k power at dual attack for the turn. It's really good for closing out games, as well as just applying pressure to your opponent. Now we've got the support cards. We've got 4 Zamasu Sacred Belief. Super combo, best super combo in the game, really no explanation needed, and that is paired with Son Goku and Hit Supreme Alliance. Blocker, Arrival Blue and Yellow. It's just really good pairing between the two, and since we are mono blue, we can play this pairing. And then 2 Great Apes, Draw Apes. This deck does draw a lot, but sometimes you need something to do with that extra energy, and this just gives you that option. Now we've got game finishers. So we play 1 Android 17 Turning the Tide. This just gets you out of a lot of jams. If your opponent's drawing a lot of cards, it comes down. It usually just ends the game right then and there, especially with your leader's ability to give your unison triple strike. Then we've got the pairing of Son Goku Path to Infinite and Ultra Instinct Sign Son Goku. We play a lot of 4 drops. We play 3, 3, and 3. So that just gives you a lot of options to play, and then it's a 3 energy play after you've already swung with a 4 drop, and it gives you that 4 drop back to hand to play again then next turn. And then we've got Ultra Instinct Sign Son Goku. This card is a really good game ender because your opponent can't combo, so if they don't have the counter in it, it's pretty much getting through for 3 damage. And then we've got the extra card, or the negate lineup. So I went with Internal Energy Shift just because I really like the ability to untap my blockers, my Goku hits, and untap my energy. And it's a really good card. Then we've got obviously 4 D Magic and 4 Sensubin. Nothing needs to be said about those. Anyway guys, that's the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay awesome, stay positive. Peace.